up? How we all doing? Good to see you all. Adrian, how we doing? Good to see you. Hull for Middlesbrough. Hull against Middlesbrough tonight. Massive game in the Championship, this one. Huge game for both teams. I've been saying it all week. I feel like this one is going to have goals in it. The odds are massively in favour of over 2.5 tonight. Hull City have conceded more goals than any other side in the Championship, apart from bottom club Sheffield Wednesday. Hull City have scored more goals than any other team in the Championship, apart from runaway leaders Coventry City. Hull should make this a competitive one. Middlesbrough under new manager. Hull City under a relatively new manager as well, of course, for what it's worth. Hull appointing their new manager in the summer. Jakirović, very much attacking football focused for Hull. For Boro, you've got Hellberg, who's come in from the Swedish league, done very well over there. Whether or not it's enough to transfer over, he's still only a relatively young manager. Whether or not it's enough to transfer over to the Championship and English football, who knows? But so far, he started relatively well. Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know in the chat if you've got any thoughts, predictions to this one. Hull City's lineup is Pandur in goal, Coyle, Ajayi, Egan and Giles at the back. Slater, Hadziamatovic and Joseph in midfield with Gelhardt. And up front, it's changed very quickly. Up front is Destan and Crooks. So Gelhardt's playing more as a winger. It's looking like it's 4-4-2 on Sky Sports. I don't think it's going to be quite that. For Boro, it's Solbrin in goal as usual. Callum Britton, Alfie Jones, Matt Targett and Alex Bangora. Callum Britton on a real run of assists from full-back. Riley McGree and Hayden Hackney in midfield. Morgan Whittaker starting to play well recently as well. Strelec in that sort of number 10 position. Here's Kim Hellberg giving his interview now, funnily enough. Strelec, Gilbert and Tommy Conway up front on his own. Tommy Conway, I'm really liking the look of Tommy Conway. He's a very talented player. Still quite young as well. Adrian Berda, hi key mate, good to see you. And Technical Husband says, can you cover Spain La Liga match today? Not today, I can't know, because I'm watching this one. So I'm going to be watching this one for the next 2 hours. And then I'll be going to bed. FCB, hi again key, did you get your tea? If so, what did you have? I did, mate, and I'm feeling bloody pig sick. Because I ended up having... I went downstairs looking what I could possibly have quickly. And I was thinking I might just put a piece of toast in or something. And my dad had some salami. It was like one of them wood-fired, like, you know, Tesco or Tesco's Finest range or something like. It might have been M&S Finest. I don't know. It was some very posh pizza anyway. It was a sourdough, salami and hot honey pepper, roasted pepper pizza. It was quite nice, I guess, if you're eating it comfortably. But there was half of it left, and he said, you can have that if you want. And I was like, oh, go on, I'll have that. Worst decision ever. I've got well bad heartburn. So, I might have to end the live and go and vom, because it's not a particularly good feeling. Excuse me. User688 says, did you stream the World Cup draw, pal? I did, mate, yes. Yeah, I was live for it on YouTube and on TikTok and on Twitch, everywhere else. Neil Warnock in the studio as well with Dawson. We'll have to see how this one goes, because Hellberg's first game was against Derby. They won 2-1, 21 shots on target, 6 against, 4 on target, 1 against, passes 536 to 180, absolutely dominated possession. And that's probably going to be a feature of this Middlesbrough side going forward, because again, that's what they're used to in Sweden. Certainly what his side were used to in Sweden, so very much a possession-based team. Caleb, we should walk that group, shouldn't we, Key? The only test is Croatia. Listen, Ghana can cause England some problems. Ghana will probably hurt England as well. Oh, there you go. Morgan Whittaker. They're showing the game against Coventry. I don't know who that one was against. But yeah, he's done all right, Morgan Whittaker. Been a good signing from Plymouth. User 688 took forever. Yeah, it was a bit of a waste of time, wasn't it? And II says England are pish. Agreed. Very much agreed. Morgan Whittaker is Boro's top scorer this season, 24 years of age, 157 championship appearances and 30 goals. What time's kick-off here? It feels... Why is it? Has it been delayed, kick-off? Because they're still warming up and it's 8 o'clock. I was expecting it to be pretty much good to go. Is it 8:15 kick-off? Yeah, is it 8:15 kick-off? Shouldn't be, should it? No, it should be 8 o'clock kickoff. Has it been delayed? Does anyone know? Oh, kickoff delayed to 8:15 p.m. What is going on here? Ah, the MKM Stadium. You've had an absolute shocker. Absolutely shocking. FCB says the draw was bloody awful. Why was Shaq on stage? And also, did you see Trump dancing at the end? I didn't know. I didn't. Sammy says Vietnam will win a World Cup before England. Probably. England certainly aren't going to win it this year. Although apparently if we do get through in the group, we are most likely to be facing Spain. And we've got to play France, Argentina in the quarters and the semis, and Spain in the final is the likely outcome. Adrian Burder says it's 8:15, traffic delay. Ronnie Dodge, thoughts on the England group key? Yeah, it should go through. Should go through. Probably will go through. But, you know, Croatia and Ghana could well cause problems. I don't think Panama will. But Croatia and Ghana could well cause problems. Evening Key, how's things, says Alex. And D28 says, what do you think about Scotland v Brazil? Well, good to see you first off, Alex. Hopefully you're good too, mate. D28, what do you think about Scotland-Brazil? Scotland, Brazil and Morocco all being in the same group. It's exactly what it was in 1998. 1998, France 98, proper throwback. Scotland, Morocco, Brazil, all in the same World Cup group. It's just at that time they were in with Norway. Oi, oi, oi. Anyway, so let's see how tonight goes. This one's been delayed by 15 minutes, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. But let me know how you're thinking this one will pan out tonight. I'm expecting goals. I'm expecting a really, really good game tonight. Hull City, lots of goals conceded, lots of goals scored. Middlesbrough under a new manager. You know, both under new managers, so both should be hoping to kind of push on and, I guess, show Hellberg, show Jakirović what they can actually do. Carol Harris, evening Key, good to see you, Carol. How's things? What are your thoughts on this one? And Ben, I can only think of Semenyo and Inaki Williams for Ghana. They usually have decent players, though. Yeah, I mean, going back to, you know, the Ayus and stuff like that. Is Ayu still playing with Ghana? Let's have a look at Ghana football wiki. Who's in Ghana's national team right now? Obviously, we know Semenyo, we know Williams, but if we look at the most recent squad, Ghana most recent squad, they have Caleb Urenki at Watchalong. He's not bad. Good young up-and-coming player. Thomas Asante at Coventry City. Semenyo, of course. Kamaldeen Suleimana at Atalanta, who was at Southampton last year. Mohamed Kudus. Thomas Partey, unnamed Arsenal player, of course. Thomas Partey, Mohamed Kudus. Jordan Ayew's still in there. Abdul Fatawu, Inaki Williams, Ernest Nuama. Yeah, do you know what they have? They've got a lot of quality in that side, you know. There is definite quality in that Ghana side. Alex says Scotland have Brazil, yeah. Scotland have Brazil. Can they get past Brazil? And FCB thinks it's going to be a 4-3 draw, a 4-3 win for Hull City tonight. Callum thinks 2-2 draw. Okay. Medav says, reckon News finish as third place team. Are you talking about England here? Or Liverpool? England probably... I don't think they make it that far, to be honest. I don't rate England, though. I don't think England under Thomas Tuchel are that much of a... They're not an impressive side. So I think we'll get done by quite a few teams in that tournament, to be honest. I'm not thinking that England go far. I'd be very surprised if England got past the quarters. Semis maybe at a push, but yeah. Alex says England are boring. Oh, I tell you what, that was an absolutely terrible decision by me. Joe, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I haven't eaten today. So stupidly, I decided to scran half a pizza that my dad had left downstairs. One of them posh pizzas from Tesco's finest range. Sourdough, wood-fired, tomato and salami with hot honey. I don't know. It was... Oh my God. I can't tell you. I've got well bad indigestion now. I feel awful. I feel a bit sick, to be honest. Madav says France in the final. To be fair, only have to play Argentina or Spain if you all finish top of the group. Yeah. Jake says, yo, who's winning the World Cup after you've seen the groups? For me, I think Brazil make it through. I think all the favourites, all of them in pot one will go through. Apart from the hosts. It might depend. Do you know what? It'd be interesting. Have we ever seen a country come through the playoffs and go on to win the World Cup? Could that happen? Like an outside chance? Italy. Sweden. Honestly, Sweden, on paper, have got an unbelievable side. Isak and Gyökeres up front. Kulusevski, Bergvall. They've got absolute quality in their ranks. And for whatever reason, he can't get past like anyone. They're absolutely shocking at the minute. But maybe Graham Potter can knit them together a little bit. Madav says, us Italians don't believe, my friend. Well, do you know what? I can believe that because you've... I think the last World Cup you qualified for 2014. Yeah, it feels like a long time since we've seen Italy in a World Cup. Joe says, we've been linked to Restes today. Guillaume Restes. Is he still at Toulouse? Young French goalkeeper. Thank you for liking the live. Cheers for liking the live. Thank you for following, subscribing, all that. Look at the state of that light show. Jesus Christ. FCB says, last minute winner from Gelhardt. And Jake says, France, England, Portugal, Argentina, Brazil and Belgium all have easy groups, so they should beat. And Madav says, yeah, haven't gone out to good teams either. Well, wasn't it North Macedonia who knocked Italy out of the playoffs a few years ago? FCB, go to the toilet as we've got 9-ish minutes. No, I don't know. I don't know what I need. I don't know if it's coming out top or I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I feel dreadful. I feel absolutely dreadful. That was a really, really poor decision from me. Madav says, yeah, for 2022 and they lost to Portugal. Sean Shannon, 2 leagues in 40 years. Sean, does it make you feel better now I've read it, mate? Does it make you feel, you're a little bit happier now? Because you say it every live. Does it make you feel a bit happier? You're a very sad individual, I can only assume. If you keep coming in saying the same thing. Come in and have a conversation, mate. I want to hear about you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you think about tonight's game or whatever. I want to hear You seem like an intelligent lad. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But why are you flying in saying the same thing You literally just say the exact same thing every single live. Repeatedly. Just on repeat. It's just, I can only assume you've got like the IQ of a puddle kid. Or you've got a very sad life, in which case you've got my absolute pity. But I want to hear from you, mate. I'd stick around, talk, sure. Tell us what you're thinking, Sean. Take that fag out your mouth. Alex says, wish Sean would shut up, sad person. Alicia said, yeah, don't think a playoffs team has qualified for the World Cup and won it. Closest was Croatia 2018. Did they come through the playoffs in 2018? Oh, right, okay. Nice. FCB, do you have indigestion tablets? I don't, mate. No, not to hand anyway. I'd have to go and root for them. Love Neil Warnock. What does he mean by 2 leagues in 40 years? He's on about Liverpool. He's trying to have a dig and say Liverpool have only won 2 league titles in 40 years. That's yeah. I mean, he's right, but it doesn't keep me awake at night. But he says it every single live. He comes in and says it every single live, and every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, okay, Sean, okay, he's here again. Jake says every time Nigerian didn't qualify for the World Cup, Argentina has won the World Cup. Interesting. I didn't know that. Countdown to kick off. 4 minutes. Lisha, that's what makes him sleep at night, knowing he's told you that. Sean says, first you say you think I'm quite intelligent, and then that I have a 0 IQ. You talk waffle. I didn't say you had 0 IQ. No, I didn't say you had 0 IQ. I said I gave you the benefit of the doubt and said I assume you must be quite intelligent. I said, but I can only assume you've got the IQ of a puddle. That is not what I said. I didn't say 0 IQ. I said I can only assume that you've got the IQ of a puddle, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and assuming you've got a bit, maybe you've got more to say for yourself. I don't know. Maybe you've got a little bit more to say than just 2 leagues in 40 years. Repeatedly, literally, mate, it's been at least the last month. At the very least the last month. I'm getting a little bit concerned for you. The last month you're popping in and saying the exact same thing about 50 times. And nobody's taking you on. It must be a very lonely place. Tell us something else. Give us something else. Give us something. I want to hear from you, mate. Talk to us. 92FC says, what has the Turkish supercomputer said? The Turkish supercomputer has decided not to come on the channel anymore. He's lost his head a little bit, I think. That he wasn't getting them all right. Sean says, speaks to how popular you are though, mate. In fairness, you're always on the FYP. Well, hey, I'm always grafting, mate, but I always like to talk to people like yourself. So, just give us what you've got. Just 2 league titles in 40 years. I'd like to think there's more to you than that. Jake says 1978 Nigeria didn't qualify, Argentina won it. 86 Nigeria didn't qualify and Argentina won it. Did Nigeria not qualify the other year? Salford 1, Leyton Orient 0 going on. Boro lineup we've already done, but I'll go through it again. Bryn, Britton, Jones, Target, Bangora, McGree, Hackney, Whittaker, Strelec, Gilbert and Conway. McCormick, Hansen, Edmondson, Silvera, Sene, Naipan, Hamilton, Bergsorg and McLaughlin on the bench. Adrian Berder says, let's hope this is a goal fest. You and me both. You and me both. Jake, in 2022, Nigeria didn't qualify. Argentina won the World Cup. I thought 2022 was when Nigeria had that fancy kit. Right. 8:15 kick-off. Ryan Giles, most assists in the Championship this season. Gelhardt, 1 goal off the top of the Championship top scorers chart. If Gelhardt can nick a goal tonight, he goes top of the top scorers chart. Lisha says, yeah, it was Croatia when they beat Greece 4-1 in 2017, then done the madness. And Leon, which Premier League games are you watching tomorrow? So at this moment in time, I am going to do Leeds against Liverpool at 5:30. I might be doing Villa Arsenal. I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to see how I feel because at the minute feeling a little bit ropey, to be honest. It's the first time I felt really poorly. My little girl's been poorly this week, and I've just come back upstairs after that World Cup draw and gone, phew, I do not feel very nice at all. Clarkey, is this match delayed? It is. Yeah, it was delayed. It was delayed from 8 o'clock to 8:15. Alicia, what has that pizza done to you, mate? Honestly, it's not even like... I can't even say it's made me feel sick. Like, just... I feel ill. I feel actually ill. Like, all of a sudden, I feel like... like, temperature's gone up a notch. I feel like a bit dizzy. Me, everything. If I hit the deck on the live, just, you know... send love. Send well wishes. But it was only half a pizza, I won't mind. It was only about as big as my hand. It was only small. FC, do you get to the occasional Liverpool game? No, mate, don't get to the occasional Liverpool game anymore. I've not been for 2 years. Last game I went to was Lask Linz at Anfield. And I have chosen not to go ever since then. I won't go anymore, to be honest. Right, here we go. Game is off and underway at the MKM. This year, don't tell me your dad's picked it up in the clearance aisle, expired last week. I don't think so. He's not that way inclined, me dad, to be honest. He actually didn't buy it, me dad. It was me missus. She bought it, and she said last night, she said, here, this needs eating. If you don't eat it, like, tomorrow, it's going off. You'll have to throw it in the bin. So I brought it back, and I said to me dad, here, chuck that in, you can have that for your tea. I'm not going to eat it. I'm off carbs, to be honest. And he went, okay, cool. I'll have it when I get in from work. And I've gone down after the World Cup stream. Oh, Hull City. Oh, I've gone down after the World Cup stream. There's half a pizza lying there. I'm looking for something quick to have because I've not eaten. And he just went, here, you have that if you want it. Give it a try. Oh, my God. I feel poorly. Jake says, good, if you went to the Anfield this season, you would have seen shite. And Clarkey, I think it's probably watching Liverpool keep. Probably. Yeah, probably. Probably watching that World Cup draw, if I'm dead honest. World Cup draw was dreadful, wasn't it? FCB says, I have been to the MKM. It's a good away day. I'd say I've got a dead dry mouth. I'm going to have to go and get some water. I've only got... just threw that bottle. I've not got any... have I got anything over here? No. Might have to run downstairs and get a water. United Forever says, thoughts on the draw, Key? England should waltz it, shouldn't we, to be honest? Really hard, difficult group for Scotland. But I tell you what, Ireland, Northern Ireland and Wales will be massively, massively boosted by those groups because it'll give them a real nudge that if they can... Oh, thanks, Jake. Wow. Love that. Cheers, man. If, for whatever reason, if they can get through to past the playoffs, they will be massively incentivised because I think they'll probably go through with those groups. United Forever says Scotland done dirty. And 3-star Reds, if you're not feeling that great, Key, take a rest, get yourself right for Christmas. Well, lots of, busy fixture list, isn't it, over Christmas? I'm gonna have to go and get a water. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Literally 2. Two leagues in 40 years, he's here. He's here. 3-star Red says, saying that key after watching that World Cup draw, I was reaching for the bucket. Jake says, come on Villa against Arsenal. 2-1 Villa to... 2-1 against Arsenal. 2-1 to Villa is my prediction. There's quite a few people thinking Arsenal will slip up tomorrow at Villa Park. I'm not so confident myself. FCB 1-0 Ulkey. Yeah, not quite. 92 FC says the Toon supercomputer coming soon. The Toon supercomputer. Well, the Turkish supercomputer absolutely is no more. We won't be seeing the Turkish supercomputer again. Karim Forever says, Hull City, how's it going? Yeah, Turkish supercomputer has long since departed. He's moved on. He's decided he wants to profile his super duper Toon computer. Yeah, no, he's decided he wants to boost his channel, and yeah, I think he was asking more than I could give him, to be honest. Has he confirmed that on the channel? No, he messaged me. He messaged me and he just said, like, he said, can you give me a segment on the channel? And I was like, what do you mean, a segment? And he was like, well, you know, I can predict football games within like 100% accuracy. And like, I was like, well, I don't want to be in. Admittedly, I was saying this through Google Translate, but I was like, with the nicest, I like you a lot, mate, but in the nicest possible way, it ain't 100% accuracy, because you said West Ham would not lose against Liverpool. You said Palace would not lose against Man United. You said Spurs would not lose against Arsenal. You said Liverpool would not lose against City. So I said, you've had a run where you've not quite got them all right, and he also said that even last night he said AC Milan wouldn't lose against Lazio. They did in the Coppa Italia. So there's quite a few games he's predicted incorrectly. He was quick to remind me of the Oxford and Ipswich, which he got right. So for me, I was just like, that just makes you a good tipster. That just makes you a very decent tipster. You get some right, you get some wrong. It doesn't mean you're 100% accurate. Because if you was 100% accurate, you wouldn't need me or anyone else to promote your channel, mate. I'm telling you, people will be all over it. If you was a guy who got 100% right every tip you did, people will be all over it. So yeah, he didn't like it. So he said, "Can I have a segment on your show? Can I be like a regular on your show?" And I was like, "Nah, I can't. It's not really that kind of live stream anyway, mate. We don't do an awful lot of talk about betting, but You know, I'll read your predictions out. Like, I'll read them out, and if you keep getting them right, then I'm sure people will gravitate to your channel. I've no problem doing that. I don't want paying for it or anything. I'll just help you out. But he wanted a segment. I said no, so he said, okay, well, bye then. Okay, sorry. I mean, I can't really do much more, but I tried to help the guy. Joe, is he too good for you, Key? Evidently. Sadly. Clarky heard the Turkish supercomputer needs putting in the skip. He's a nice lad. I think he just wants something I can't give him at the minute. But he's a nice lad. Boro down the left-hand side. Stood up to the far post. Chance. Boro must be 1-0. Is it going to be counting? Is it going to count? Is it going to count? It is. It's Strelec. Oh, I tell you what, he looked offside. But we've got an early goal at the MKM here, and Boro have gone in front. Oh, my goodness me. Goodness me. I didn't think that Boro would take the lead so early here. And there's no VAR anyway, so it's definitely going to stand. But he looked offside. He definitely looked offside. Ball pulls back here. Oh, hang on. No, he's not. He's miles on. Yeah, no, fair goal, that. Good goal, that, from Boro. Very good goal. Strelec gets it. Everyone puts their hand up for offside. Strelec, great first touch. And then all the time in the world just smashes it in the top corner. And there you go. As simple as that. Boro are 1-0 up. Crikey. Come on, Hull. FCB says, my tired, I've tuned in every day this week. Nice. Well, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good to have you on, mate, as always. Good to have your thoughts, your views on as well. Joe, was he behind our CEO saying we can win the league by 2030? And can't tell your soul to tipsters. I assume that's sell your soul. Dean Osborne, Arsenal fan here. Who would you prefer, us or City? I would probably prefer City to win the league than Arsenal, but I don't really mind. If it's not Liverpool, I don't really care who it is. Lisha sounds like his ego has got to himself. I think he really truly believes, and this is not me sounding, it's going to sound patronising, but it's not meant to. He truly believes that this coding thing works, that he can get 100% prediction. He can literally, at the start of a game, he can tell you 100% who is going to win. Or at the very least, who's not going to lose. And like I've said, okay, cool. I mean, I don't believe you, but let's put it to the test. You tell me some and let's see. If you get 10 right in a row, then, like Christ, I think everyone will start believing you. So I'll read them out. Why not? Let's do it. And he, I reckon out of 10, the last 10 that he's done, he's probably got 3 right and 7 wrong. So give the guy a chance, but Bree says Middlesbrough are getting to the Prem, Key. I'm telling you, I don't think so. I think that at best we'll see them get maybe playoffs, but I still think Boro fall away. And Jake says every match day there's always been an early goal in the Championship. It's becoming a habit now. Yeah. Very much so. And FCB, what do you do when you're not on stream? Plan the streams. Work. Yeah. 3-star Reds. I've got 3 bet builders up last weekend, Key. Since Monday, nothing. It's all a matter of luck, not stats. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Listen, if it was that easy to predict, bookies would be skint. And you never see a bookie cycling to work, do you? Vilo, I would honestly love to hear Slot's reason for never starting Chiesa. Probably something to do with Chiesa himself saying he's not ready to start. I think that might have something to do with it. Joe says, does he know he's talking to the St. Helens Tony Soprano? Fat Tony. Well, Jakirović is looking very, very bemused on the touchline there at what his Hull City side have done in these opening 15 minutes. They've not really asserted themselves on the game at all. Over to the left-hand side here for Hull to break. Oh no, it's going to go to Boro. Boro have got hold of it. Here's Tommy Conway. Very likeable player, Conway. FCB, do you ever get time to watch football not for YouTube? Yes, I do still watch some games, not on, like, not when I'm not live streaming. Like, there's games, sometimes you just want to sit there, don't you, and watch. I guess like you guys do. I don't know. I imagine you guys are just kind of sat off. You don't want to have to, you know, get the lights ready. Get the OBS and everything set up. Get your mic set up so you know it's working. Sometimes you just want to kind of sit there and have a drink and chill out and watch the footy. Whereas I'm stood up watching it. I'd like a couch, maybe. I mean, that's probably not the right thing because I'm still trying to shift weight. But I imagine in time I'd quite like to be able to kind of sit down and have it a bit more of a couch feel. Shell, evening, how's it going? And 92FC says, I stick to single bets. Bookies don't like singles. I've put a lot of money on singles though, don't you? Jake says, Isak will score tomorrow. I'm telling you, I said Wirtz will score Wednesday. He did, so Isak will score tomorrow. And Lisha says, whenever you're saying St. Helens, it sounds like St. Tellings. I don't know, just me probably. St. Helens. St. Helens. Don't know. I can't tell. Some people say I've got a Manc accent. Some people say it's Scouse. Some people say it's undeniably St. Helens. I don't know. Some people say I sound Wigan. Some people say I sound Bolton. Then you get people coming in and say I sound like Simon Wilson, and he's Welsh. I can't really win. Oh, what a touch from the goalkeeper. Great touch there from Bryn. Hull City playing it long, and Boro's goalkeeper came out. Did very well there. Liz said a couch with me and you need a larger chat because it'll be harder to read the chat. Well, to be honest, I'm trying to get guests on. That's the next phase. The next phase for Premier League Dad and Key Thomas is to try and get guests on the chat, on the show. Not physically necessarily, but, you know, at least on the live. But that's going to be probably off TikTok. So long term, just saying, I love you TikTok, but long term, everything is going to YouTube. So there's probably a chance that I won't even be on TikTok in the new year. FCB, you are Scouse 100%. I'm not Scouse, mate. I promise you I'm not Scouse. I would never claim to be Scouse. Jake, thank you very much for the gift, mate. Hull City out to the right-hand side here. They've not quite imposed themselves on the game just yet in terms of possession. It's been all Boro. Couple of sloppy touches, heavy touches. Could that have something to do with the weather, maybe? Possession so far is 60% to Boro, basically. 2 shots on target. But Hull have had 2 touches in the opposition box in comparison to Boro's 1. Oh, claim for the foul, ref. Yeah, and it is a foul. It is a foul. Coyle was brought down, and he's claiming, he's asking for the yellow card from the ref, but you're not going to get it. You're never going to get it. Yeah, it was a claim for the penalty up the other end. I think Conway getting into the box got a little bit of a nudge in the back. That's not a penalty, is it? That's not a penalty. There's nothing wrong with that. Hull City free kick. Just right of the box. I'll tell you what, if they can pull this back to the edge of the box, I think it's Slater who's just loitering around the edge of the box. Slater could have a strike here. If they pull it back, they find him. No, Boro have put a man on him. Boro have put a man on him. They're not silly. 92 SC, do you think they should have one stand in every ground where it's first come, first served? I think they should have quotas. I think that's the fairest way in football. They should have quotas that is given to local fans, and then quotas for foreign / overseas / sponsors and everyone else. So, like, basically, I think Liverpool and Man United and all the top teams really struggle at the minute because there's season ticket holders who live on the other side of the world, and they just they just resell the season ticket, or they're just giving it to touts basically a lot of the time. Clubs are trying to make that a bit harder, but it's still possible. So I think what they should do is you should have to be within an L postcode, for example, to get a Liverpool ticket for a certain number of tickets. Like maybe 20% of the ground, you have to have an L postcode to qualify for it. Shell says, you're okay, 3-star, ready for a battering tomorrow. Yeah, Forest against Everton tomorrow. That's going to be a great game, isn't it? Is it 3 p.m. kickoff, Forest Everton? I'd love to have done that one as well. That would have been a good game to do on live. To be honest, at this moment in time, I'm thinking I might not even be around for the Arsenal game. I might just do the Leeds-Liverpool one. Because I feel dreadful. Gary says Gary Judkins, Sky Blues City. I think you're coming up now, Gary. Are you pretty confident that Coventry are getting promoted based off what you've seen so far? Keeper plays it out to Britton on the right-hand side. Inside to Hackney. Hull win it back. And it should be a throw into Boro. Throw into Boro. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on this one. Do you think realistically Hull have a chance of coming up, by the way? Because looking at the table, I mean, they've started this one quite poorly. Jakirović will be very disappointed with how Hull have started this, but they're in 9th at the minute. If they lose this one, they're in 9th, and they'll have played a game more than, Wrexham below them, a game more than Derby just below them, a game more than West Brom, a game more than QPR. In theory, QPR, West Brom, Derby and Wrexham, they could finish the weekend like 13th if they're not careful. But a win, if they were to get a win here, then they could be as high as 3rd. Well, they would. They would be 3rd. They would be 3rd, 2 points behind Middlesbrough if they were to win. That's the difference. 3rd and 13th by the end of this weekend based on tonight. How mad is that? That is literally the championship in one game, isn't it? That's why I love the championship. You've got a team like Hull City who have played, mad games all season. Last weekend they go to Stoke, they win late. Joe Gellart with a late winner, Ajayi with a goal. They pinch it late on at the Britannia. And now, tonight, just off this one game, this one result, they could either be 3rd or 13th. Liam Dodovesi. Am I pronouncing that right, Liam? Liam Dodovesi. Hello, how's it going, Liam? Long ball up the touchline. Poor. Jake says City v Sunderland will be a good match. Is that tomorrow 3 p.m. as well? Let me have a look at tomorrow's 3 p.m.s. December the 6th, isn't it, tomorrow? So, December the 6th, Villa against Arsenal. Bournemouth, Chelsea. That's a great game. Everton, Forest, City, Sunderland, Newcastle, Burnley, Tottenham, Brentford. Oh, that's a big game. I fancy Villa to get a point against Arsenal. I think Bournemouth, Chelsea, I'm almost certain Chelsea bounce back. Chelsea will wipe the floor with Bournemouth. Have been terrible last couple of games. Everton, Forest. I think Forest win there. Sorry, Shell. I think Forest beat Everton this weekend. Sunderland, City. Sunderland were excellent against Liverpool, and Man City haven't been brilliant the last couple themselves against Leeds and against Fulham. They've conceded a lot. I mean, if you concede 6 against Fulham and Leeds, then there's probably not an awful lot down for you. Sunderland are a top side at the minute. Certainly form-wise, they've been brilliant. So, yeah, I feel like them going to the Etihad, they shouldn't be scared, should they? They've gone to Stamford Bridge and won. They've gone and picked up a point at Anfield. They've got a point against Arsenal. They are not scared at all, are they, Sunderland? Newcastle and Burnley. Hang on, just coming back. Sunderland, I think, get a point at City as well. I'm going to back City. No, I think City will. I think City will win. City will win. They'll do what Liverpool didn't. They've got something we haven't at the minute, which is a little bit more of a clinical edge, and they've still got that ego, haven't they, and that swagger. So I'm going to go with City to beat Sunderland. Newcastle, Burnley. Newcastle will wipe the floor with them. That'll be 3 or 4-0. Tottenham, Brentford. Something tells me Brentford probably nick a point there, and Tottenham will turn on Thomas Frank, which they shouldn't do, but they probably will. That's the modern game, isn't it? And then final game of the day, Leeds, Liverpool. I've got to be really honest with you, I do not feel confident about that one at all. Leeds are Liverpool's kryptonite at the minute. Very long, very direct. They got right up at Chelsea in midweek, and they were the same against City, especially in the second half. And yeah, they played really, really well, and they fully deserved to beat Chelsea. Probably deserved to get something out of the City game as well. So, if Liverpool go to Ellen Road and win, it will be a phenomenal result, by the way. Like, it won't just be, oh yeah, well, it's Leeds, we should beat them. No, it will be, if Liverpool can go to Ellen Road and win, it will be a phenomenal result. An absolutely phenomenal result for us. Liam says close pronunciation. I'll stick with Liam then. I'll stick with Liam. Sorry, mate. Liam says, I love to see Boro winning and Wolves losing. Absolute karma for Rob Edwards. I'm not obsessed. It's just hilarious. New subscriber here. Cheers, Liam. Very, very nice to see you, mate. And Liam says Sunderland are a blueprint for how newly promoted teams should be. Farker really said, I'm not fucking leaving. Honestly, I feel like Sunderland have come up and spent the same sort of money that we've seen other teams come up and spend. But Sunderland have spent it in different ways. They've been quite bold, haven't they? Spent big money on a 31, 32-year-old Granit Xhaka. That wouldn't have happened with another club. It's quite big money on a player who's in his 30s, but he's been probably the signing of the season, hasn't he? Thank you, Jake. Cheers for the gift. AFC says Haiti are cooked. And Jake says City v Sunderland will be a good match. Joe, I'm not confident tomorrow. You're not confident against Burnley at home. Burnley at home, you should be wiping the floor with them, Newcastle. G. Lawrence, Jack has been a great signing for them. He's been terrific, hasn't he? And Liam says, when he's under pressure, he performs. Who do you support, Liam, by the way? Are you a Boro fan by any chance? Sam, hey Key, good evening. Good to see you, Sam. And Liam says, I think Sunderland may get Europe. They keep playing like they are. Like I was saying in midweek when they got a point against us, I really think, like, at some point we have to acknowledge they're a really good side, aren't they? They're not just newly promoted Sunderland that's having a good run. No, I mean, if you start picking up wins against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and you pick up a point at Anfield and you draw with the league champions or the runaway league leaders at the minute, that's, you're not a bad side. Oh, keeper, what have you done? Oh my God. Keeper, what have you done? Liam says Arsenal fan but live in Boro. Wow, okay. So you've got a soft spot for Boro then. Paul Merson's one of your favourites, I'm guessing. Did Ray Parlour played for Boro as well, didn't he? The Romford Pele. Reese says Xhaka is in the team of the season so far, 100%. Who would be the team of the season so far? Let's talk that through. Who would be in your team of the season, your Premier League? Give me that in the comments. Give me that in the comments if you're watching along. Let me know who would be in your Premier League team of the season. In fact, we can do Championship team of the season as well while we're at it. Joe Gellart, this man might well be in it. Nearly, well, if he gets one tonight, he's top scorer. Newcastle just don't perform against lower teams. It's a big, big problem. And Liam says, yeah, soft spot, to be honest. It's fair enough. Fair enough. Joe says, it's hardly a fairy tale story, though. Look at the amount they've spent and who. Regis Lapis. Jake, Villa will beat Arsenal. City will draw to Sunderland. Forest will win against Everton. And we will beat Leeds. Nice, Jake. Oh, here we go. Isaac saying Chow. You can't have Chow. Chow is not getting in the team of the season. Let's not be silly. Hull City struggling here, though. They're certainly struggling. Oh, Shell. You had to, didn't you? Shell, Liam, please win the league. 3-star Red says, nothing like a good bit of banter. Shell, whoever wins, and we will. Let's hope it is a great game with plenty of goals, and there will be. Reese says, Roofs is definitely in there. And Joe says he's been good, though. No, he's been good, but he's just not team of the season. Like, he's been all right. But you're not putting him in the team of the season. No chance you're putting him in the team of the season. You can't put a centre-back who's coming and playing for Newcastle and... I mean, Newcastle haven't even had a particularly solid defence, have they? You conceded 18 goals, which is the same as Tottenham. You know, Sunderland have conceded less. Palace have conceded well less. Chelsea, Villa, City, Arsenal. I mean... Even Everton have conceded less than Newcastle this season. You can't have Chow. No, I'm not having that. Not having that at all. Sam says, Key, would it be typical if Man United gift Wolves their first win of the season? Oh, I'm hoping so. I'm so excited for Monday night because I feel like the way United are playing and the way Wolves are playing, that is very much set up for a Wolves win. And I've called it, haven't I? I mean, to be fair, you'll know it. You'll know it. I have said all season, I still think Wolves can turn it round. And you're a Wolves fan. You know, I mean, you're very much, you think you're gone, don't you? You think you're already down. But I do. I think Wolves can turn it round still, especially under Rob Edwards. I think there's time for them to turn it round. They've got a decent squad. And they've played very poorly before him. But since he's come in, I feel like they've had a couple of half-decent performances that probably... on a different day, they could have got at least a point out of. Sam says, Key, after 15 games, Derby had 4 points in the 07-08 season. Yeah, but that Derby side was not... They were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. It's not the same. Like, if you look at the play... Derby didn't have a £60 million centre-forward up front. Oh, Boro. Strelec. Oh, just wide. Very nearly 2-0 Boro. Very, very nearly 2-0 Boro. Reece says Julian Timber. I think, yeah, Timber probably goes in, doesn't he? Timber's probably in there. Joe says you probably have half the Liverpool team in, pal. Oh, here we go. He's got to dig it. He's got to have a little bit of a dig. Liam says team of the season has to have Foden, to be honest. And Liam said they had 6 points. Who, Derby? Derby had 6 points after 15 games. I just think Wolves can turn it round. I'm hoping they do anyway. Edge of the box, Boro, strike. Oh, what a goal that is. What an absolute screamer that is. Gilbert with a goal. It's 2-0 Boro. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. Laid off. Gilbert with a strike. Gets his full body over the top of the ball. Keeps it low. And it's an absolute daisy cutter into the front post. Keeper, absolutely no chance. What a finish that is. Right from outside the box. And Boro are 2-0 up. Who is it who lays this off? Is it Conway? Doesn't take a deflection. Doesn't take a deflection at all. It's all down to the defender. It's shocking defending. Oh, it's absolutely shocking defending. It's Egan. Egan's had an absolute shocker at the back for Hull. He tries to get it away and somehow knocks it into the path of, I think it might have been, was it Strelec? Was it McGee? Who was it who laid it off for him? I don't know who laid it off for him. But either way, the ball gets laid off. Gilbert runs onto it. Full body over the ball. Right-footed, low and hard. Straight into the near post. Keeper, no chance. Pando, absolutely no chance. And it's 2-0. 2-0 Boro. Liam says, December 3rd, 2007, Derby had 6 points. Wolves, 3rd of December, 2 points. Negligible difference, though. Negligible difference. I still feel like they can turn it round. FCB says, what are your thoughts on Leeds on Tuesday? Against Chelsea. Very good. Yeah, very good. Played well. Sam says, just had a look at the 07-08 season after 15 games. This should be entertaining. Hull second top goal scorer, second worst defence. Absolutely, yeah. Liam says, team of the season should be Foden, Saka, Timber, Rice, Haaland. Saka? Would you have Saka in there? I wouldn't put Saka in. He wouldn't be in my team of the season so far. No, I don't think so. I think Haaland obviously would be an obvious one, but then you've got Boro again here. Should be 3-0 this. It is. Oh my God, they're falling apart here. Morgan Whittaker. It's 3-0 to Boro. Oh, Hull City. 35 minutes on the clock, and the game is effectively done. Unless Hull can pull the finger out in the second half. I mean, to be honest, he might not even get to the second half here. It might be 4 before the end of the half. Whittaker drives forward, cuts in on his left-hand side and rattles it into the far corner. 2 great goals within the space of a couple of minutes for Boro. And it's Hull 0, Middlesbrough 3. Oh, again, giving the ball away in midfield. So cheap. Sloppy from Hull. And it's, I think, is it Hackney who actually finds him? It is. Hackney wins the ball back. Yeah, does very well there. Hayden Hackney picks the ball up, lays it off to Whittaker. Whittaker inside, right-footed, bang, far corner. Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't Hackney, it was Gilbert again. It was Gilbert. Gilbert's now got a goal and an assist. Tommy Conway, it was who laid the ball off to Gilbert, and Gilbert has now got an assist as well. Morgan Whittaker scored in each of the last 4 games for Boro. They're absolutely flying. Shell, are you happy that Boro are winning, Key? I'm not, no. I want Hull to turn it round. I really want Hull to get at least a point here. Shell, come on, Boro, make Key smile. And FCB, what are your thoughts on refereeing in England? Terrible. Dreadful, innit? And Liam says, Hull are making silly mistakes. Well, they are making silly mistakes, but credit where it's due. Boro are absolutely pressing the life out of them, aren't they? There's 2 mistakes where I actually think that's more to do with Boro's press than it is Hull giving it away. Like, the third one there, the player's not had time to turn. The ball's literally barely touched his feet, and Gilbert's in on him and has nicked the ball, and he's away and driving at goal. That's just absolutely unbelievable press. Absolutely fantastic. And Boro fully deserve to be 3 up here. Hull falling to bits. Reece says the only Newcastle player that has somewhat of a shout is Voltemada potentially. Yeah, I think probably Voltemada would have a good shout. Yeah, there's nobody else really that stands out for me as a Newcastle player. Archie, which 3 PM kickoff are you watching tomorrow? I will be watching Everton against Forest, but I'm not going to be doing a live stream of it. I was going to do the Villa-Arsenal game, but again, at this moment in time, don't know if I'm actually going to do the live of that game. Liam says, Boro have been on fire this first half. Yeah, they've been on fire, and Hull have had no response, have they? They've been really, really poor. Reece, Gabriel is up there too, and Declan Rice, he's been phenomenal. For me, I feel like they would be the obvious ones. I would have Gabriel, I would have Declan Rice, I would have Haaland, I would have Timber. Who would I have as the goalkeeper? Probably... I feel like Donnarumma's actually had a really good season though, you know. Donnarumma's done well. I'd probably be inclined to put Donyell Malen in there recently. Donyell Malen just seems to be stepping it up. He's done really well. Can't really fault Thiago at Brentford as well. Neto, Semenyo, Foden, Brian and Burmo. But yeah, Donyell Malen seems to have picked up recently. Archie says, watching Everton again, Key, you sure you're not a toffee, lad? I promise you I'm not a toffee, but I have got an investment in watching Everton because I've got close family. It's one of them where if I don't want Liverpool, if Liverpool aren't on, which they're not at 3 o'clock tomorrow, then I'm watching the team that most impacts my life. And the team that most impacts my life at 3 p.m. tomorrow is Everton. If you look at the 3 p.m. fixtures, the 3 p.m. fixtures tomorrow is Bournemouth-Chelsea. I don't want to watch them too. Be a decent game, but I've no interest in Bournemouth-Chelsea. City-Sunderland, again, I don't want to watch it. It'll either be City blasting them 4 or 5-0 in a way that we couldn't, which will just frustrate the fucking life out of me, or Sunderland will manage to eke out and grind out a 0-0 type of game, like they did against us in midweek. And that's not knocking Sunderland, but it won't be an interesting game. It'll either be a painful game for me or a boring game. A low-scoring one. Newcastle-Burnley, again, it'll probably be Burnley sitting deep for 70 minutes while Newcastle push and probe, and then maybe Newcastle nick one. I don't imagine that's high-scoring. And Tottenham-Brentford, Christ, I'd rather pull my own teeth out. That'll be poor as well. So there's none of them in that 3 p.m. kickoff pot that really excite me. The only one that I'm looking at and thinking, ooh, that's an interesting game, is Sean Dyche going back to Everton. That's a little subplot that I can get behind. Isaac says, where do you think Tonali ranks in midfielders in the Prem, Key? Top 10? Yeah, probably top 10. Jake says, Roofs surely has to be in goal. But Roofs has done well. But, I don't know. I think I'd probably go David Raya. David Raya's been a game-changing player for Arsenal this year. 92SC says, Chow and Tonali would be very good in the top side. It's other players that have let them down. I mean, they've made mistakes as well. I disagree with that. I mean, you know, Chow, even in the Spurs game in midweek, Chow kind of struggling when Romero hits the ball. I think Chow should have cleared that one. Romero shins an overhead kick towards goal. It bounces twice, goes through Chow. He should clear it. So, I don't know. I'm not saying Chow's a bad player, by the way. I just don't think he's... Forest Forever, good to see you. And Reece says, Raya has only conceded like 5 or 6 all season. It's been less about that, mate. It's more that he's not had a lot to do. I don't feel like David Raya's like world-class, unbelievable, top-quality goalkeeper. He's just Mr. Reliable, isn't he? Saves what he needs to save. Doesn't generally pull off many worldies. He has pulled off a couple recently, and that's why I would say the concentration levels for him are out of this world this season, because the way Arsenal play, it's quite dull. They limit very few chances from the opposition, and when they do get chances, they either take them, and Arsenal have maybe struggled to get back into the game, or what's happened a lot this season, more often than not, is David Raya pulls off a wonder save, and it's the only save he's had to make all game. Liam says Raya, Donnarumma, Roofs, Pickford. Yeah, they would probably be... Maybe not Pickford. Pickford's made a few mistakes recently. I would say it's probably between those three. Raya, Donnarumma, and Roofs. Yeah. Matty Cash has had a good season as well for Villa, hasn't he? I feel like Aston Villa are not getting maybe as much praise as they should be, but yeah, Matty Cash has done quite well recently. Isaac, top 5, possibly. I mean, not for me. I think there's 5 better midfielders than Tonali, but yeah, he's a good midfielder. And Jake says Newcastle will beat Burnley 3-0 tomorrow. Boro, nearly 4-0. We're approaching half-time here now. Manny06, yo, how's it going, Manny? Good to see you. Lisha says a clean sheet or goals conceded is a defence praise. Always back that statement. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. To me, if a goalkeeper wins the Golden Glove, that's not always really anything to do with the goalkeeper. Because there's plenty of... It's usually to do with the manager, actually, if anything. A good defence keeps you clean sheets, but it's usually your manager and how he sets you up, how much risk he's prepared to take. And yeah, Mikel Arteta. Chance for... it's for Tommy Conway. Oh no, it's McGree. It's McGree. It's 4-0 to Boro, and the game is absolutely dead as a contest now. Hull City, they'll be streaming out of the MKM at half-time here. Look at those players. 4-0 down at half-time against Boro. And you know what? I can't even sit here and say, or stand here and say, it's been a top-quality performance from Boro to get to this point. They've done well. They've done very well. They've pressed. They've worked it well. But still, even then, I think 4-0 is a reflection of Hull maybe more than it is of Boro. Look at the state of that. The ball comes back to him. He's in the penalty area and he has 2 touches before anyone gets anywhere near him. If you can take 2 touches in the penalty area, oh my goodness me. The ball comes to him, he swings at it, misses it. He actually takes more like 3 touches. If you can take 3 touches in the penalty area and still put the ball in the net, oh my God, you'd be tearing your hair out if you're Jakirović. Liam, if this was Edwards, Boro would be losing or drawing. And Carol Harris says, bloody hell, Liam Pickford. Yeah, no, not Pickford. Pickford, I mean, if you saw him against Newcastle, they've got a couple of very, very bad goals conceded. Daniel Munoz, maybe the best right back in the Premier League, says Marty. He's certainly up there, isn't he? Yeah, Munoz. I think Munoz is good. I think Wan-Bissaka's not had a great season so far, but he's a very, very good right back. For me, he was my right back of the year. He was in my team of the year last year. When I did my end of the season team of the year, it was Wan-Bissaka at right back. I thought he was fantastic. But yeah, Timber has probably been a standout for Arsenal this year. Lisha, I really thought Hull City would have given a fight. Well, I had Hull City with a 3-point handicap, 2.5 handicap. So I thought if Boro win, then they'll only win by maybe 1 or 2. They're not gonna batter Hull. What did I know? AFC Dan says Timber literally exits. He exits, does he? Where does he exit? Prince Rupert says, did you see Pickford versus Man United though? I did, of course, and he pulled off a couple of very, very good saves against United. What we're talking about here, Prince Rupert, I don't know if you've maybe missed the start of the conversation. We was on about team of the season for the Premier League. And my argument is there's probably 3 solid keepers that I would include in the argument for that. And it would be David Raya, Roofs at Sunderland, and Donnarumma at City. They would be the 3 for me that have really kind of propelled their respective teams up the league. Now, Jordan Pickford has had a very decent season. But the fact that he's had a few wobbles as well would probably just preclude him from that conversation, in my opinion. AFC Dan, Timber literally, exists, sorry. Exists. He exists. Timber's a good, I like Timber. I like him. 3-star Reds, Middlesbrough going through Hull like a dodgy pizza. And 92FC says Newcastle apparently still looking for a new keeper. Yes, and Trafford will be at Newcastle before long. Ramsdale will be back wherever Ramsdale is. Is Ramsdale at Southampton or is he at Arsenal? I'm lost. Who does Ramsdale belong to at this moment in time? Whoever it is, Ramsdale will be back with them before long, and Newcastle will be signing Trafford. It's half time here at the MKM, and it's a thoroughly miserable half for Hull City and Jakirović, the manager, who will be absolutely battering his players in the changing rooms at half-time. I don't know how you change this. How do you send a team out that's 4-0 down? I imagine it's maybe some strong words at half-time, maybe looking it around at each other, looking in the teammates' eyes and saying, listen, have you got the fight for this? Because it's going to be a big, big effort in the second half for them to get back in. Maybe it's one of them where you just say, listen, let's just try and win the second half. Joe, what team do you support? I support Liverpool, Joe. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I watch everyone. That's what I do on this channel. I do watch-alongs. Every single day I am live and I watch every single team in the Championship, League 1, League 2, the National League, the Premier League. We do all the big European fixtures. I do more watch-alongs than anyone else. So if you like watch-alongs, if you like watching games of footy and you like a chat, then yeah, let's have a natter. Do you go to games? Not anymore. No, I used to go to games. I haven't been to a Liverpool game in 2 years. The last one was last Linz. I went to that with my dad. But I've been all over Europe. I've been very, very lucky. Been all over Europe watching Liverpool, all around the world. Went to Roma, semi-final in the Champions League. Went to Porto, Seville, Anderlecht. I've been all over Europe watching us. Loved watching Liverpool. Now I'm a dad and I can't really go to games anymore, to be honest, mate. So I don't go to games. I've chosen deliberately not to go to games anymore. I've no interest in it. How did you become a Liverpool fan? My dad is a Liverpool fan. I'm a third generation Liverpool fan. My dad started following Liverpool in 1972, went pretty much home and away every game before I was born. And then when I was born, I was only ever going to be a Liverpool fan. I was born in Wiston, which is in just outside Liverpool. And I grew up not too far from Liverpool, about 20 minutes from Anfield. So that's why I'm a Liverpool fan, because my dad and geographically where I was based. There's not... As the crow flies, I was either going to be a Liverpool fan or an Everton fan. And my dad's a massive Liverpool fan. So I was always going to be a Liverpool fan. AFC Dan says, any teams in the Championship you have a soft heart for? Love from Mexico. Good to see you. Good to see a Mexican in the chat. Any teams in the Championship that I have a soft heart for? Yeah, I quite like a lot of... I like a lot of teams in the Football League that really catch my eye, I guess. But in terms of in the Championship specifically, I quite like Preston. Quite like Preston because there's a Bill Shankly tie-in with Liverpool and Preston. I quite like him. Yeah, I quite like Preston. I'd like to see Preston come up. I quite like Portsmouth. I don't know why. I know they're very much South Coast, but I've always been quite attached to them since the FA Cup runs and Crouchy playing for them and Patrick Berger, some ex-Liverpool players over the years playing for him. So I quite like Portsmouth as well. Got a bit of a soft spot for Sheffield Wednesday at the minute. They're having a hard time as a club, but a good club. Yeah, I'd like to see Wednesday come back up. 92 FC, I remember when my mate went to watch Newcastle v Arsenal. Arsenal were winning 4-0 at half-time, so he left. They came back and drew 4-4. Yeah, the famous Cheikh Tiote game. Cheikh Tiote, God rest his soul. Joe says, proper fan then, is this your job? It is. Yeah. I quit my job last year to do this. So, whether or not it works out or not, I don't know. Legend FK says, your dad watched an unstoppable Liverpool side, Kiwi, were unbelievable back then. Well, he started, I think his first game was in 69, I think. He went to his first game. And then he started going regularly with his mates from the 1972-73 season. And that's the one that he remembers going watching. Like, he used to go catch the bus from where we lived at the time in St Helens, and he'd go and catch the bus and go to Anfield and watch home and away Liverpool every week. Prince Rupert, might as well just send the players home at half-time. And Jake says, your dad would have seen our unbelievable squad and all the struggles we had back then, and the Legend FK, and one of our star players back then was Kevin Keegan. Of course, yeah, Keegan, Ballon d'Or winner at Hamburg. Actually, didn't he win it twice? Fabulous player, Kevin Keegan. Absolutely brilliant player. If you're new around here, please do give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Isaac, love Keegan. Oh, cheers, Joe. Thank you very much for the gift, mate. Wow. Oh, lots of gifts. Thank you very much, Joe. Very nice of you. Very unnecessary, but very, very nice of you, mate. Isaac says, I will love it if we beat them. Love it. When he said that about a man like Stuart Pearce. Shell said, your dad's a little bit older than me then. 59, my dad was born. Yeah. The Legend FK says he was brilliant, but many unfortunately remember him for that Newcastle rant. And Bradley, Leeds away will be tough for you. Oh, but mate, I'm shitting myself in the nicest possible way. Wow, honestly, that was amazing. Thanks, Joe. Very, very nice of you, Joe. Very kind. Yeah, I am. I'm bricking it for Leeds away. I'm thinking we might struggle. We might struggle. Joe, love helping small creators. Cheers, mate. Very nice of you. Thank you very much, sir. I'll give you the follow. You seem like a nice fella. Legend FK says Leeds will be very difficult. They play with a lot of energy. Not only do they play with a lot of energy, but they're very physical, aren't they? Very physical, very robust. They play in exactly the way that Liverpool seem to hate at the minute. So that's going to be a real challenge, how we overcome that. Alex says, what score tomorrow? Head says Liverpool 2-1. Or rather, Hart says Liverpool 2-1. Head says Leeds might pinch it. Yeah. I think Leeds might do us tomorrow. If I was a gambling man and I could bring myself to back a team, then all the signs point to Leeds nicking something tomorrow. They do, whether it's a draw or a win. And it's nothing to do with... Even if we lost tomorrow, just to be absolutely categorically clear, if we lost tomorrow, I would still be Arne Slot in. I want Arne Slot to stay, and I like him a lot, and I don't want the players to get away with playing how they've been playing, because they've been letting him down. They've been massively letting him down. And I feel like we've got a mix of problems at the minute, a lot of which aren't Arne Slot's fault. So, I really hope the club see it that way too. Really hope. Shell, your little one getting excited for Crimbo. Oh, Shell, we're having to do all this bloody Elf on the Shelf stuff at the minute. If you've got kids, honestly, do not start Elf on the Shelf. Oh my God, I've never had to be so creative. Last night, after she'd gone to bed, I was tying... I was creating a zip wire out of toilet roll. And then we write on this like little board, good morning, and elf training and all this sort of stuff. You have to like stack it on top of stuff and raid in the fridge for a chocolate. So she wakes up in the morning and has a laugh. It's just little daft stuff you do when you're a mum and dad. Isaac says, me mum and dad, me and my mum do it for my little sister. Oh, it's mad. Kian says we're going up. The mighty Boro are going up. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm telling you. Don't get ahead of yourself. But yes, Shell, she is. She's getting very excited for Christmas. I'd love to one day. The plan is to hopefully, I don't know, maybe whether it's with Premier League Dad or with some other vehicle, but somehow I'd love to take her to the North Pole. But there's only a small window you can take them to the North Pole in, isn't there? Like this now, where she is, like, this is exactly the age, I think, where you get maximum benefit from taking them to the North Pole, because they're still so bought in about Father Christmas and like the elves and the reindeer and, you know, the workshop and everything, the magic of it. It's so cool. So I'd love to do that. That would be the next sort of bucket list thing. The Legend FK says, what about Van Dijk? I like Slot, but Van Dijk has been driving me insane. Van Dijk's not had a good couple of games, but I don't feel like he's the problem. I feel like people are looking for a single answer, and I don't feel like Van Dijk's the issue either. Be yourself, Dylan. I'm just back from the theatre. Nice. What did you watch? And Joe says, can you guess the team I support? We have a former Liverpool player, and we are in the Prem. Brentford, Jordan Henderson, hopefully. If you're a B fan, or a B, if you're a B, then I very much like Brentford. Legend FK says our players are like elves at the minute, and B South Hill and Beauty and the Beast. Oh, nice. Was it like a panto or was it a theatrical production? Isaac, Premier League dad, in real life vlog to the North Pole. And Drew Simmons says the issue is Slot won with a Klopp team and is now crumbling. What do you mean the issue is that? Hang on a minute. People use that as a stick to beat him with. I don't think they quite understand what they're saying. It's an amazing thing that Slot won a Premier League with someone else's squad. You realise no other manager has ever been able to do that? You do realise that? No manager has ever done what Slot has been able to do. Akustinen, hello from Finland. Hello, what Finnish team do you support? Are you a Hacker fan by any chance? Shell says, bless, missed that. They grow up so fast. Treasure it, key, gone before you know it. Shell, we was just talking about that today. We was picking it up. I picked it up from nursery and was saying it's so mad how, like, every day she walks out the door and comes back a completely different kid in many respects, and you just don't even notice it. It's like I've got a new kid walking back in the door, and I'm constantly grieving the one that's not around anymore because she's not interested in the things. And she's massive. She's getting so big. It's mad. I don't like it, but I love it at the same time. I really, really wanted to, just enjoy it. Joel says it's not Brentford. I could never support them. Oh, okay, not Brentford, but you have got an ex-Liverpool player, and you're a Premier League team. Ooh, Villa, Harvey Elliott. Fulham. Who Fulham got that text Liverpool? Oh, Harry Wilson. Oh, it is, isn't it? It is. It's Fulham. He's a Fulham fan. He's a cottager. I would imagine that's what it is anyway. I'll be gutted if I'm wrong now. Legend FK says, I unfortunately think Liverpool will lose tomorrow. We're too timid. And Kustinen says, yes, I am. Oh, you are a Hacker fan. Nice. That's one of the first teams I went to watch in the Champions League for Liverpool when they very first re-qualified for the Champions League. We played FC Hacker, home and away, and we won 5-1 at Anfield. Robbie Fowler scored, and I think Michael Owen scored as well. I was right behind the net at Anfield. Liverpool played FC Hacker. There you go. So we have got a bit of a link to each other, mate. Liverpool to FC Hacker fan. Good to have you in the chat. The Legend FK says McAllister out, Chiesa to come in, and Chiesa at least contribute. I just don't think you can start Chiesa when Chiesa himself doesn't feel like he's ready to start matches. He's literally said it himself. Rob Dog, Middlesbrough on a tangent. Yeah, Boro flying at the minute, aren't they? Do we think it's Coventry and Boro automatic promotion spots? Is that what we're thinking now? The Legend FK says opinions on Gakpo lately. I mean, whatever you make of him, he's Liverpool's top goal contributor this season. Like, however you want to stack it up, he's literally been one of our best players this season in terms of output. The guy has created and scored more goals than anyone else. So, for me, I feel like we have to have Gakpo in the team. I don't necessarily love him every time. He's frustrating, but I don't feel like we've got anyone else on that left-hand side, really, have we? Who else is he going to put in? Unless he does something radical and plays Kirkes at left wing and puts Robbo at left back, I honestly don't know what he does. I'm a little bit confused. Legend FK says Coventry, yes, they've got a serious boost with that gap right now. And Jake says, who's your favourite ever player in the Premier League apart from Liverpool? Favourite ever player in the Premier League apart from Liverpool players? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I like workman-like players, but players with a little bit of skill. I always really liked Dennis Irwin. Dennis Irwin was such a quality left back. I really liked him. I always liked Ruud. I hated it when he was there, but I loved Ruud van Nistelrooy as well at United. Van Nistelrooy, Cole. Yeah. I liked watching David Ginola as well. Ginola could always, drop a shoulder, cut inside, scored quite a lot of goals. I always thought, I don't know. There's a lot of good players. Probably Ruud van Nistelrooy. I remember a goal he scored against Fulham. I was just, my jaw hit the floor. Right, we're back off and underway at the MKM. Can Hull turn this around? I think we might be clutching at straws. Shell says, watch Perth v West Sydney Wanderers this morning. Aussie League not that good at the mo. No, it's been quite low scoring some of the games. I've only glanced at a few, but a few games I've been watching recently, and it's not like the Aussie League. Usually it's quite a few goals. There was a couple that I watched or kept an eye on because I was having a bet on them, and they were quite low scoring. Liam says, Barini's just scored for Salford. And Joe, thoughts on the England World Cup draw? England will go through. There's some banana skins there with Croatia and Ghana. I think they could potentially hurt England, but England will go through. Shouldn't really worry about that. Guilty Spark, up the Boro key, get in. Oh, he knows I don't like Boro. He knows I don't like Boro. The Legend FK, I miss Sheffield Wednesday in the Prem because I grew up watching the Owls being in the Prem. Yeah, Kevin Pressman. Remember Kevin Pressman in goal for Wednesday? HF Low said, prediction for tomorrow. What has said the Turkish supercomputer, bro? He basically has said that... he said Liverpool. He said Liverpool are going to win. Which doesn't fill me with confidence. The Legend FK says Alan Shearer was one of my faves for non-Liverpool players. I never liked Shearer. No, I didn't like him. I always thought he was one of them. He was a snide and he always got away with it. So I never quite liked Shearer. But yeah, I liked Rooney. I always thought Rooney was brilliant. He was always a player I would have loved at Liverpool. So, yeah, Rooney was fantastic. Ruud van Nistelrooy was different class. Andy Cole was brilliant. Tim Cahill. Tim Cahill was fantastic. I like Tim Cahill at Everton. He's probably one of my favourite Everton players. Dennis Irwin was brilliant. I'm trying to think of one for every team, to be honest. Arsenal players. I mean, the obvious one's Thierry Henry, but I really liked Nicolas Anelka. I know, he's a Liverpool player, isn't he? I always liked Anelka. Overmars was good as well. My team are going up and it feels great. Hey, don't count your blessings just yet. The Legend FK, Andy Cole, Jake Fitzpatrick, Son is my favourite ever player out of Liverpool. Heung-min Son, he very nearly came to Liverpool, didn't he, as well, Heung-min Son? Right, throw into Hull City. And all of a sudden, Jakirović is giving his players a bit of a glare in the rain there. I wonder what has been said in that half-time dressing room. Not very much, evidently, because Boro are on the counter-attack here. Joe, what mic do you use? So this one is a HyperX quad-core something. Got it from Amazon. And this one, I don't know what it is. My wife got it for me. So I'd be lying if I said I knew about this one. But this is just for TikTok. This one goes to TikTok. This one goes to YouTube and Twitch and everywhere else. So yeah, this one's just for TikTok. The Legend FK, even as a Liverpool fan, United have some incredible players. Brilliant ones. Yeah, top quality. Guilty Spark says, Juan Pablo Angel, one of my all-time faves. Do you know? Actually, do you know what? I take it back. Do you know who will be? And I can't believe I forgot about him. Do you know who would be my all-time favourite non-Liverpool player? And we nearly signed him as well. Nobby Solano. Nobby Solano for Villa and for Newcastle. Absolutely unreal. Carol Harris says, "Hi Shell, the Aussie League have been taken over by the woke brigade." I don't know what that means, Carol. Jake says Anelka doesn't count. It's players who didn't play for Liverpool. And the Legend FK says Mark Hughes. Yep, Norberto Solano was brilliant. Always seemed to score worldies, didn't he? Cultured finisher of the ball. Sam, I can understand why Hull are losing like this tonight. Such a weak defence. I mean, this puts them, a 4-0 defeat tonight, puts Hull 34. Do you know what? If Boro get 2 more, they've got the worst defence in the Championship. And when you consider that Sheffield Wednesday are on minus 10 points, I mean, Hull would literally be like the worst defence in the Championship if Boro get 2 more. And I can see Boro getting a couple more, says Sam. It's looking like it. They're all over the place, aren't they, Hull? They can't win. And look at that. Even little things like every second ball is falling Boro's way. They're lacking confidence as well. All the passes are slow. The tempo's dropped. The players know that they're beat. They're all playing quite safe as well. Look at that. He's going back to the goalkeeper here. Shocking. I hate that. I hate that when teams go into themselves. That's what we saw with Liverpool the other day against Sunderland. Went into ourselves. We started the game slow. It was very, very poor. Matt, thank you very much for liking the live. I appreciate that, man. 50-1 for the draw. Just whacked a tenner on. Matt says Fabio Arini scored for Salford to put them through the Cup round 3. Nice. And the Legend FK says, what about Leeds player Tony Yeboah? He scored serious worldies. Yeah, scored one at Selhurst Park. I think that was against Wimbledon. It wasn't against Palace. 3-star Reds, as you are not feeling that great, Key, at the moment. Here's a little pick-me-up for you. Pancakes, ham, bacon, burger, chips, fried egg, taco, is that? Oh no, hot dog. Don't know what that is. Is it a cookie? What is that? Oh, like a pan of something. Pasta, is it? Toast, waffle, and WC. Ah, WC as in toilet. I get you. Got you. Yeah. Probably. I imagine at full time I'll be spewing my guts up. I don't know. I know you don't want to know that. Jake says, what about Drogba? He was a class player for Chelsea. I liked Drogba. Yeah, but I wouldn't have said he was one of my favourite, like, all-time players. Isaac, do you think England will make it far? Probably. Yeah, they'll probably reach maybe the quarters, maybe the semis at a push, but no more. Carol says, Shell, they all live in a bubble. In what sense they all live in a bubble? What do you mean? Dare I ask? Oh, what a run that is from Hull. Unlucky. Was it Gellart breaking from midfield? Good turn. Unlucky. Hull are still pushing forward. There's still a couple of players who are trying. Here's Bellumi. Cleared away by Boro. Too easy, that. Thank you very much, Jake. Yeah, I was going to say, Hadzi Amatovic has come off, and Bellumi and Hughes have come on for Joseph and Hadzi Amatovic as well. Sam says, I'm going 2-2 in the Leeds game. Leeds have changed formation. It's working. Yeah, they've dropped into a back 5, haven't they? Or a back 3, I guess. So a little bit more solid, and they're going long very early. They're trying to play it long to Dominic Calvert-Lewin and making sure the likes of Dan James and Willie Nonto pick up the second balls, that's where they're starting to get joy. It's just whether or not they can do it against Liverpool. It's going to be a very, very difficult game, that Dominic Calvert-Lewin up against Virgil van Dijk. Who remembers Newcastle French midfielder Laurent Robert, I think he was called. Yeah, Laurent Robert. Great player. Loved scoring free kicks, him as well. Liam says James out for 8 weeks, Key. So who are you going to play on the right-hand side? Will it be Nonto and... Who'll play? Will it be maybe Nemesha? Calvert-Lewin? Nonto and... Who? Yeah, who would you go for? I think you'll get something tomorrow, Liam. I do. I'm hoping you don't but I think you probably will. Okay. Hull free kick. If they can pinch one back in the next 10 minutes, it might be on. It might still be worth a watch, this. Liam says Nemesha up top with Dominic Calvert-Lewin 5-3-2 again, no doubt. Okay. Fair enough. Ball whipped in. Hull. Oh yeah! Chance unlucky. Good save. First half decent chance for Hull to get back in this. Bit scrappy, but just fell. Had to turn and shoot quickly on the spin. Couldn't really get enough of a connection on it, Egan. Adrian says, I watch the A-League on TNT. Yeah, it's good in the morning, isn't it? If you wake up early enough on a Saturday morning, you can usually catch your A-League games. Is there anyone on tomorrow, actually? Oh, yeah, Central Coast Mariners against Sydney FC. 8:35 tomorrow morning. If you get up at 8:30, you can watch Sydney FC, Central Coast Mariners. Didn't he used to play, wasn't it Matt who used to play for Sydney FC? He's gone to Melbourne now, hasn't he? But yeah, ex-Huddersfield Town and Nottingham Forest midfielder Joe Lolly plays for Sydney FC. Chance for Hull. Lay it off. Hit it. Hit it. Oh. Liam says wing-backs Edmonton and Bogle. Back three, Rodon, Bijol and Strike with three in midfield. Tanaka, Ampadu and Stack. Nice. Jake says Ali, Bradley, Virgil, Kanate, Kirkes, Dom, Gravenberg, Vert, Gakpo, Isak, Akatiki. 4-4-2 tomorrow, I reckon. No chance. I think Salah comes in tomorrow. I'm almost certain we see Mo Salah starting. I'm telling you, Salah will start and it'll be Verts off the left over Cody Gakpo. The way that Slot was talking, I think you'll probably see Verts off the left, or potentially... I don't think he can do that. Potentially Szoboszlai to right back. He might put Szoboszlai to right back and drop Verts into a midfield three. I don't know, but he's definitely going to play. He's definitely going to play Verts. Eric Shane up the Boro. Boro playing really well. Great result for Boro. 92 FC. Are you a fan of Goldbridge? I am, yeah. I quite like Mark Goldbridge now. I didn't always, to be honest, because I thought he was a bit inauthentic, a little bit insincere, just kind of did it for clicks and views. And I turn off when that stuff happens. Other people don't. Other people, some people like that. Some people like the fact that they know that it's a blag. Like wrestling, I guess. They know that it's fake, but they still enjoy watching it. I can't. I crave authenticity. And Goldbridge has admitted as much, hasn't he? Goldbridge has admitted that, you have to play the game a little bit, and he'll say you've got to kind of ham up your reactions and be a little bit fake and be a little bit forced. And he's done that, and he's admitted he's done it. He's done it throughout his career, and he doesn't have to do it now because he's got 3 million subscribers and he's got an audience that turn up for him. So they don't necessarily need to hear him overreact because they just like how he is. And that's fine. That's good. That's the holy grail, isn't it? For me, I can't really do the hamming it up. Like, ask anyone. And to be honest, there's probably videos of me reacting to goals from years ago. But how I react to goals is how I react to goals. There's no hamming it up. Shell says, starting watching Sydney FC because of Tim Cahill. And 3-Star Reds may tune in for that one, Key. It'll be great to see Joe on the pitch again, a player who played a part in getting us promoted. Yeah. I don't know if there's anyone else at the Central Coast Mariners. Chance for a penalty, and it is a penalty. Hull City might get back into this here. Whoa! Hull City might be getting back into this. Joe Gellart, has he won a penalty here? He nicks in front of the keeper. Oh, I tell you what, that's a very, very naughty one. That I don't think that was a penalty. Oh, I think there's a little bit of a dive there from Joe Gellart. I mean, I'll take it all day long. If Gellart scores here, he's joint top scorer in the Championship. On loan from Leeds, Joe Gellart. It's, I think that's a little bit of a dive, but I think this might be a goal, and Hull City, could this reignite things for him? Imagine if this finishes 4-4. Oh, he's done it! 4-1! Joe Gellart straight down the middle. Joe Gellart straight down the middle. Penalty, and it's Hull City 1, Middlesbrough 4. I only need it to finish 4-2. I only need 4-2 for me bet to carry on. What are we saying? 3-Star Reds, nothing fake about you, Key. The amount of non-Liverpool games that you cover makes this channel top draw. Oh, appreciate that, mate. That's very kind of you. Harry Sinclair, one for the simulation game. That was a definite simulation. And Adrian Burder says, if he scores, I only need McGree to be booked. Come on, we're rooting for you. We're rooting for you, Adrian. 3-Star Reds. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Sam says 4-1. And Jimmy, what do you think about England's group? Yeah, they'll be fine, won't they? Croatia and Ghana, there's a couple of banana skins there, but they'll win that one quite comfortably, I think. Liam says, told you, Gellart anytime. And Jake, what has happened to Leicester? Won the Prem in 2016, now struggling in the Championship. I think it's just the drop in revenue, maybe. As soon as revenue drops, everything else kind of drops, doesn't it? Hull City, this is better. They're flying forward here now. They might be pinching one back here. Honestly, if Boro throw this away, can you imagine? Joe says, how did Trump win a peace prize? He's building a thing, isn't he? The Arc de Trump in New York. As a celebration of him winning the peace prize. I mean, listen, whatever you think of him, there's very few presidents who've gone to North Korea, and if he ends the stuff in Ukraine and finds a sort of an issue or a delay to the stuff in the Middle East that's been going on for Christ 100 years, if he can figure all that out, whatever you think of him as a person, I mean, he might not be too far off a peace award if he can get a delay to them. Ronnie says, do you find it weird that Arsenal v Villa is 12:30 kickoff? Why? Why would it be weird? Harry Sinclair says, in case anyone isn't in the UK or doesn't listen to 5 Live, the simulation game is what Chris Sutton does on 5 Live, where he crowns the worst dive of the weekend. Chris Sutton. I hated him. I really hated him. As a player and as a pundit, but particularly as a player. Isaac, it will be sensational. Sensational. 65 minutes on the clock. Still time for Hull. And the Legend FK says, as a pundit, Chris Sutton has often been very annoying. I talked to him on Talk Sport once. And yeah, he wasn't... He was just... I mean, him and Jamie O'Hara, cut from the same cloth. 3-star Reds, if he can stop the world blowing itself to bit, love him or hate him, he gets my vote. And 92FC said, I once watched a Grand Prix race for 10 minutes before I realised it was someone playing a computer game. Do you know what? I think I did that once. But it was... what game was it now? It was basically just someone driving round, and I thought it was like at one of them YouTube compilations, but it was like a first person, and he was driving, and it looked so realistic. I can't remember what game it was now, but I remember thinking, "Is this what is?" I walked into the living room and was like, "Oh, what's this you watching? Is it a film or whatever?" And she playing on it there, and I was like, "Oh, what is it?" I think it was it Watch Dogs? Might have been Watch Dogs. But mega realistic, whatever it was. Middlesbrough now pushing forward. Can they get a fifth? No, straight through to the keeper. Oh, that's shocking from Hull. That's absolutely shocking. And Boro into the box. Britain. Oh, unlucky. Strike. Oh, nearly 5-1. Hackney. I tell you what, they are absolutely all over the place here, Hull. Shocking. Jake, I hate the fact the World Cup being in the United States because I'm not staying up until 3 a.m. to watch games. It won't be, all the games won't be at 3 a.m. You'll get some that will be. But you've got to remember, right? You've got to remember that the advertisers for the World Cup, right, they specifically want maximum viewing figures. If they schedule games at 3 a.m, that basically eradicates half of Western Europe, right, or the vast majority of Western Europe. Nobody's staying up till 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. to watch those games. It just isn't happening, right? They have to pick and choose their audience, and I promise you, the big games, the big games will be held maybe latest 9 o'clock. Maybe. The rest of them, like, yeah, you might get like Panama against Ghana. That one might be a 3 a.m. kickoff. They might have that one at 3 a.m. because who's bothered? No one's going to watch it. No one's going to watch it, really. I'm sure Panama will. I'm sure Panamanians will get up early in the morning and, the Ghanaians will get up early in the morning to watch it. But the general interest from the watching world will be low for Qatar against whoever, It's not going to be a massive, massive game where they are at 3 o'clock. The Legend FK says, oh, trust me, I can stay up late, I'm an owl. And Isaac says, staying up to watch England at 3 a.m, get knocked out to Venezuela, the limbs. And the Legend FK, I'll be staying up to watch him. See, I can't. I physically can't do it. It's not possible for me. Ronnie Dodge says, Cunha better turn up against his old team on Monday. Well, Amarim's got to stop taking him off the pitch. Why did he take him off? Should never have took him off. Here's Hull City. Can they potentially pinch a second? Adzo, what's your prediction for the early kickoff tomorrow, Villa Arsenal? I think Villa can pinch something. I think 1-1. Maybe 2-2. Sean says, do you think Ireland will go to the World Cup? No. No, I don't. No. And L. Silburn says, the game is a piss take. Stuart Davis says, clear dive for the penalty. Shocking. Yeah, it wasn't a particularly good sort of subtle dive, was it, from Gellart? I think he left the leg out, didn't he, for the keeper, and he still didn't really catch him. So, very lucky boy. VAR, I think, would have ruled that one out, but he gets it. The goal gets given. What can you do? 4-1. 3-star Reds, I got an Xbox Series X and play a lot of flight sim, and taking off, landing, and the views during the flight are awesome and very realistic. See, I'd love to play something like that, but I just don't think I've got the patience for it. Reese, I'll be doing an all-nighter tonight, Key. Ashes at 4 AM. You're a better man than I, Reese. Not for me. Although, do you know what? I think the only thing... I did once, when I was a kid, set me alarm. Like, I tried to go to sleep at, like... In fact, I did it probably 2 or 3 times, because I was into me wrestling when I was about 8 or 9. And I remember saying to my mum, can I please go to sleep at like 8 o'clock and I'll set me alarm for 4. Because it was on Channel 4, I think it was. It was a pay-per-view, a wrestling pay-per-view on Channel 4. I think it might have been SummerSlam or Royal Rumble or something like that. It was on Channel 4 and I was like, yeah, I'm getting up and watching it. It's brilliant. That's the only thing I've ever really got up for. I've only ever got up in the middle of the night for something like that. Adzo, remember getting up early to watch games when it was in South Korea. I remember going to, I think we was in school for one of them, South Korea. England against, was it England against Nigeria in the group stage, and we drew 0-0. I think it was England-Nigeria group stage 0-0, and I watched, was it? No, it might have been Sweden. Somebody in the 2002 World Cup group stage, England drew 0-0, and we watched it in our like arts centre at school. Chalk Chart, what do you think about Man City versus Sunderland? I think that Sunderland will pinch a point. No, I don't. I think City will win. I think City will turn it round. I think City get a win against Sunderland. And Zen Shadak Reality says, Boro FC wants to reach 5 goals, bro. I put a bet on that, $200. $200 on Boro to score 5. You're a brave man. Reese, all the pay-per-views are on Netflix now, Key, so you're all right. To be honest, I don't watch wrestling anymore. I've not watched wrestling since John Cena came into wrestling. As soon as wrestling went from being 18 or 12 or 15 plus to like PG, it ceased to become interesting to me. They don't really have the stuff that they had like when I was growing up. That was proper wrestling. Shell says, not the same. Jimmy Anderson. Sam says, my brother has a Nintendo Switch too. It's bloody massive. And Isaac, we watched the Iran game in school. Absolute limbs, water flying everywhere and people being crammed. Liam, I watched England-Brazil in assembly on a big projector when Seaman conceded that free kick. I was on a boat to France when that happened. I was watching that game on the ferry from Dover over to Calais. We were on a school trip to Paris, and that game was on the telly. Isaac, we've done that one, sorry. The Legend FK SummerSlam with Sky Sports. You'd have watched Royal Rumble. We definitely watched Royal Rumble once, but I think there was a different one. There was another one. We didn't have Sky Sports when I was growing up. Proper working class family. We couldn't afford Sky Sports until I was about 14, I think. 13, 14. That's when we finally got Sky Sports. So I used to get me nan to tape the pay-per-views. Legend FK, I stopped watching wrestling around 2005. 2001 was near peak. Yeah, Rock and Austin. WrestleMania, Rock and Austin. 50,000 in the Astrodome. Honestly, I get chills when I think of that. Absolutely unbelievable, that era. Zen Shark says, what about your thoughts if they put 5 goal or not? No, I don't think Middlesbrough score 5. I would cash that out. I think there's not going to be any more goals in this game. I think it's going to be 4-1, maybe 4-2. But I don't think Boro push forward for any more. Legend FK, only Royal Rumbles on Channel 4 were 2000 and 2001. Christ, how do you remember that? That must have been when it was then. Maybe 2000 Royal Rumble. That makes a little bit of sense. It might have been that one. Shell says, it's my bedtime. Liverpool fan, so I want Liverpool to win. but I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit nervous, and I think, oh, what's going on? No way! My live access has been removed. I don't know why, but there you go. Live access removed. I haven't got a clue what's just happened there. There you go. Reese, TikTok just ended. Key, what's happened there then? Oh, they've just banned me. It's just said TikTok live removed, promoting gambling. I didn't promote gambling. So yeah, TikTok's down. I'll probably get it back. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't know what happens. Harry says, what do you think about United? Honestly, in my opinion, the fact that we've only lost one of our last 8, it's not perfect, but progress isn't linear. It bugs me how much of our fans overreact. Harry, couldn't agree more, mate. I'm kind of the same, to be honest, with Liverpool, in the sense that all of our fans have kicked off about how poor we are defensively. We seem to have solved the defensive thing in the last couple of games. Against West Ham, we didn't really concede anything. Sunderland, we didn't really concede anything. But we've not at the same time as sorting the defensive issue out, we're now a little bit timid going forward. We're not creating as much. We're not committing bodies forward. So, like you say, progress isn't linear. People don't seem to understand that it's not just going to be, oh, there you go, we're straight back to it. What Slaughter's done is gone, oh my God, we conceded 4 against PSV. We conceded 3 against Forest. 7 goals in 2 games. That is both at home. That is ridiculous. We need to tighten up the defence. He's tightened up the defence. Still getting stick. It's not an awful lot more he can do about that, I feel like. He's tightened the defence up. He's now trying to work on keeping that shut while working on the defence, working on the attack. It's just going to take a little bit of time. It's kind of the same thing with United. You're harder to beat, which is evident by that statistic. You only lost once in the last 8. But you're not taking your chances, are you? And that's exactly what we saw in the game against Everton to a degree. It's the exact same thing we saw in the game against West Ham. And to be honest, you know, even against Palace, you had more chances that you didn't take. So it's standard United, really. If you don't take your chances, teams will punish you, and yeah, you'll probably get more draws. But I still think that's a step forward. Three-star Reds, Night Shell, instead of counting sheep to get to sleep, start counting those Forest goals. Shell, yep, 3-star. That get disallowed. NUFC Isaac, Heikey. Isaac from TikTok here, fancy stopping on the tube for a bit. Good lad, he's Isaac. 92FC, you only have to sneeze and TikTok bans you. To be honest, it happens. It's happened maybe 2 or 3 times now with TikTok. And do you know what it was once? I swear to God, this is not a joke. I had a glass. I had a glass of Coke, and it was in I think it was a Carlsberg glass, and I had it just here, and I went like that and picked it up and had a drink, and then all of a sudden it just went bang off. The whole live went off on TikTok, and I was like, what is going on? And it said, suspended. Live access has been revoked. Suspended due to promotion of alcohol. Because I was drinking out of a Carlsberg glass. So yeah, I've just been banned for promoting gambling on TikTok. We'll see whether or not that gets put back on. If it doesn't, I'll just be staying on YouTube. I can't be arsed with TikTok anyway. It's a pain in the arse. Middlesbrough coming forward down the left-hand side. taking it into the corner. They're getting to that stage of the game now where 10 minutes. Oh, that's a foul. It's going to be a free kick. Great play. Crooks fouling Hackney. Done well tonight, Hackney. Isaac says, come on, Key. Kids will be watching and don't want to influence him. No, hey, I agree, but I'm not, you know, I didn't promote it. If I promoted it, I would agree with you. Free kick to Boro. It's what, 25 yards out. Matt Targett's over it. Hayden Hackney's over it. It's probably going to be left-footed. So Matt Targett, I imagine, putting this one in. Unless Hackney's going to have a shot. Every chance Hackney goes for it here. Every chance. And he does go for it. Deflected behind. It's going to be a corner. Shoes with the clearance. It's going straight at the keeper, that, anyway. Did you see that Paul Dummett has retired today? I didn't, you know. Paul Dummett. Christ, how old is he? He can't be that old, Paul Dummett, can he? How old is he? Surprising. Corner to Boro. Keep him out. Oh, yeah. Just about getting it away. Boro recycle it. Good defending, really good defending. And Hull get it away. Straight out for a throw-in. Shocking. Poor that. Very poor. Hull, oh, straight out for a goal kick, is it? Yeah, goal kick. NUFC Isaac, he's 34. 34, Paul Dummett. Who did he play for after he finished at Newcastle? I know he had a bad injury, didn't he, Paul Dummett? He played for Carlisle. Oh, poor fella. Yeah, he bounced around a bit. I know he was at Wigan and then ended his career at Carlisle, but he hasn't really played for the last 2 years, has he? Last couple of years, hasn't really kicked a ball. Yeah, that's a dive. I know it does. I know, look, they're showing the penalty back. Joe Gellart. He does get a clip, but not so much that you'd fall over like that. For me, that's excessive. That's excessive, I think. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, right. Well, last 10 minutes here. Hull look like they are cruising to a defeat here at home. The stands have pretty much emptied at the MKM as well. There's not many left. Dreary, wet, cold, windy, dreary Friday night in East Riding of Yorkshire. Disappointing that for Hull, because I thought they'd have a chance of pinching something here, but Boro just blew them away in the first half. They've won the second half. I guess you could say that. The manager will be relatively pleased with that, Jakirović, that they've come out, they've not conceded anymore. They've at least gone and won the second half. They've given their fans a goal and they've won the second half. But the game was over at half time, wasn't it? 4-0 down. You're not gonna turn that round. Very difficult anyway. Yeah. Well, listen, just as a reminder, tomorrow I am maybe live for Aston Villa against Arsenal. I haven't scheduled it yet. I definitely will be live for Leeds against Liverpool, though. 100% I'll be live for Leeds and Liverpool. I don't know if I'm going to do the Arsenal game. I don't really feel particularly well. I'm not feeling so hot. So I might skip the Arsenal game. But I'm definitely going to be live for the Leeds-Liverpool game at 5:30. So as an absolute minimum, we'll do one game tomorrow. 3-star Reds, I think that's what's at stake in the Championship. VAR should be used in the league as well. After all, it is used at Wembley for all playoff finals. Absolutely agree with that. 92FC, this is not the place to debate it, Isaac, but that's such a ridiculous comment that kids don't live under a stone. And then UFC Isaac says, Dubravka returns home tomorrow. Wish we never sold him. Oh, God, yeah, Burnley, Burnley at Newcastle. And Michael Brown, none of the parachute payment teams are making much of an impression this season. It looks like non-parachute teams might be in the frame for promotion. Good, isn't it, though? I like to see different teams in the Prem. I want to see different teams in the Prem. I hope that it doesn't become a little bit of a... Like, I want teams to be able to come up and stay up. And I said I nailed my colours to the mast that at least one promoted side would stay up this summer. And I'm very confident that Sunderland will. But I think at least one more might. Honestly, Leeds, the way they played against Chelsea, if they can find a way to work it, they could stay up themselves. I don't think they will, but I still think Sunderland as a bare minimum will. We have to, in the Premier League, make it so that teams can come up and can compete. They have to be able to come up and compete. The last 2 years of them going down, 3 teams coming up, same 3 teams going down, that's a really bad look for the Premier League. And for the Championship. 3-star Reds, come on Geordie boys, do it for Forest and Elliott tomorrow against Burnley. Oh, Hull City giving it away again. Boro coming forward and on the counter-attack here, if they get this right, they could have gone and got a 5th. Nope. It's not happening. It's not happening. I've just seen the news as well, by the way. Apparently, Arne Slot, his sacking is imminent. And the only reason he hasn't yet been sacked is because Liverpool are looking to secure Oliver Glasner as a replacement. Oliver Glasner as a replacement for Arne Slot would be horrendous. And it's not even that I don't like Oliver Glasner. I just don't think he's anywhere near Arne Slot as a manager. I don't want Arne Slot going for one, but I certainly don't want Oliver Glasner as the replacement. Michael Brown says, Kieran, your thoughts on the World Cup draw? Thoughts on the World Cup draw? I mean, I think there's a couple of group of deaths in there, Michael. I think if you look at it, you know, the Scotland group with Morocco and Morocco, Scotland, Brazil, and who's the 4th team with Scotland? I'm going to get the World Cup groups up now because I forgot. The Portugal group looks very tasty as well. Right, here we go. So, World Cup group stage draw is as follows. Right, so Mexico, South Africa, Korea, and maybe Wales or Northern Ireland. Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. That one is going to be a very good one. Yeah, Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. All 3 of them. I can't really put my finger on who is going to go through it. Curacao will get battered in all of them. France, Senegal, Norway is a group of death, especially when you pair it with the intercontinental winner of playoff 2, which I believe is going to be Iraq. It's probably going to be Iraq. Or maybe Jamaica. Jamaica or Iraq will finish with France, Senegal and Norway. So that's going to be an interesting one. Argentina, Algeria and Austria with Jordan. Again, very interesting one. I can't really put my finger on who finishes second in that one. Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan and the winner of playoff 1, which is probably going to be the Democratic Republic of Congo. So Congo, Portugal, Uzbekistan and Colombia. That's a tough group. Very tough. Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi, and Uruguay. Oh my God, Spain will win about 9-0 in their first 2 games. Right, we've got 4 added minutes at the end of this game. Could we be on for a 5th? I don't think so. Prince Rupert, I was hoping for something better as a Norwegian. France and Senegal are not great. Oh, I didn't know you was a Norwegian, Rupert. Do you know why I keep calling you Rupert? I've just seen there's a T on the end. I thought that said Prince Rupert 0. Rupert? Sorry, Rupert. I was hoping for something better as a Norwegian. France and Senegal is not great. Yeah, that's... to be honest, France, Senegal, Norway is an unbelievable group from a neutral's point of view. But yeah, probably as a Norwegian, you could have hoped for a touch better. I still think you go through in that, for what it's worth. I think Senegal will probably drop out, which is a shame, because I could have done with Idrissa Gana Gueye and Iliman and Dye staying away a bit longer. Prince Rupert, I wanted the Canada-Switzerland group, and 3-star Reds, 15 million for Chris Wood, and the fee we paid for Anderson. The best bit of business we have done with Newcastle ever. 2 minutes to go here at the MKM. The stadium is literally empty. There's about... I mean, look at that. The Boro fans are all dancing, and there's about 14 Hull fans on the other side of the pitch. Very, very poor night if you're a Hull fan. Disappointing. What was I going to say? Yeah, listen, I'm back tomorrow for sure for the Liverpool game. I know I've already said this, but I'll just finish up by saying that 5:30 tomorrow, I'll be live for Leeds against Liverpool. That's a huge game. I'm so nervous about it, but I'll be live for that. I might be live for Arsenal Villa tomorrow. I've not yet made my mind up. I'm going to see how I feel in the morning. Right now, I feel a little bit ropey. Just need my bed. I'm absolutely knackered. So I'm going to see how I am tomorrow morning. If I'm alright, if I'm up to it, I'll do the Villa stream. If not, then I'll just be live for Leeds, Liverpool. And then I'll be live on Sunday for some big games on Sunday as well. Who have we got on Sunday, actually? Sunday is 2 o'clock, Brighton against West Ham. And 4:30 is Fulham Palace. Okay, yeah, we'll do both of them. Might even do an 8 o'clock if there's a decent 8 o'clock game on. Ooh, Napoli v Juventus. That'll be a good game. Can even do Palmeiras. 7 o'clock kickoff in the Brazilian League. Palmeiras playing. Real Madrid Celta Vigo's also on. 8 o'clock on Sunday. Couple of very good games. Hector Jose, goal, 5-1. And Prince Rupert says, might see you tomorrow for the Everton game. Well, to be honest, mate, I'm not going to be live for the Everton game, but I definitely will be watching it. So, worst case, hopefully, you're in for another Everton game in future. But always good to see you, Rupert. Carol Harris, right, I'm going off to put the ferrets away. Oh, I didn't know you had ferrets, Carol. Lovely to see you as always, though. And 3-star Reds ready for that Everton game. It's going to be a Forest win, though, mate. Come on, Forest. Right. Lots of love, everyone. It's full time here at the MKM. Hull 1, Middlesbrough 4. Middlesbrough rampant. Still got eyes on Coventry. They might yet chase them down. Who knows? I will be live tomorrow for Leeds against Liverpool. Maybe Arsenal. We'll see. Have a lovely Friday night. Take it easy.